Hi guys, and welcome to another video.
As you were asking why this is SP1, it's a special episode, number 1. So in this season, the plan was we talk about the list, but instead of list, we talk about something else today. Why it's called Hello World is because that's a very famous string that gets printed usually when you write the first piece of code. So what we want to do here is to give your computer something to write your first Python program. So last time you mentioned you want to do something. When can we start to do something creative, not just learning the basic ideas? So this is it.
So what type of thing are you making?
So before we start, I want to ask some questions. So you are doing a lot of graphic stuff. So graphic versus text, it's more like movie versus box. Which one do you prefer?
I'll go for graphics.
Yeah, why?
Well, just want my game to run a bit smoothly.
But graphics are much harder to make, right? It gives you something very easy to digest, but it's not that easy to make. When you compare movie and books, usually you have the books first before you can make a movie. Basically, you have the story written down in a book, and then someone says, "Oh, that's a good story. Let's make a movie of it." So for your first program, you will try to use whatever we have learned before, like if else, all those strings, text blocks, and those things to start your first program in Python.
I've already got an idea. So sort of seeing where you can set something true or false, and then like you can write down some letters, and then like it's gonna print it maybe.
Okay, yeah, that's something. But before we start, you need to get some essentials before you can start. So we need to install the code editor. So there's
VSCode.
There's somewhere you can type. VSCode is one of the most popular one. That's what I use.
How about C++?
C++ is the language. What we are talking about here is the editor. Editor is the one you type the text in. It will help you to type faster and will correct you if you make some simple mistakes. So the editor will help you your coding. It's the interface you write down your code. Okay. So if you don't have a proper editor, you just type in your, for example, notebook or something, like the note in your Mac. It doesn't have all those nice features to check language, grammar, all those things. So VS Code can have a lot of plugins. It will help you. If you do Python, you can have Python plugin. You do C, you can have C plugins. There are a lot of things to help you coding. It's like an assistant there to correct you when you make some mistakes. And then we need to install the latest version of Python. So you're up to date. Then we need to create a project. It's basically a folder in your computer that we will use to hold your code. Yeah. And then we need to create a Python program file. Then we'll teach you how to run a Python program in your terminal. You want to use the terminal, right? And then we'll teach you about the input.
Well, I already know. I'm already trying to figure out how to use terminal by myself. And I've already figured out one. So you do open, and then it's like the website, and it's gonna open the website on Google.
Okay, yeah, that's one of the commands in macOS. So also we will teach you how to get inputs from the command line. That way you can interact with the users. Okay. So we will do this on your computer, so that way everything is set up for you. Okay. Okay. So first thing we need to install the code editor. So basically you search VS Code in Google, and there's the download. Then pick your system. For you, it's Mac. Yeah. Just download the Mac version. Then it will start download. Okay. So make sure you pick the right version, and then if you're Windows, you might need to install it. If you're Mac, after you download, you should just be able to unzip it. Okay. So it will be something like this here. If you don't have permission, like this computer, it's a school computer, it's still okay to use it. You can just use it as it is in this download folder. You just double click, it will open. It doesn't need to install anything, so you still can use it. Okay. So there are a lot of extensions here you can install. For us, we just need the Python. So install the Python. So if it asks you to install anything, you just install it. What? 80 hours? A few years later.
You've gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, I think it's gonna take too long, so let's use my computer first.
But now there's 40 minutes.
Yeah, still too long. I'll show you how to do this, and then you can later do it on your computer. Okay. So after you install Python, basically, because we use version 3, the command will be version Python 3. If you do Python 3 version, you will see the version of your Python. So I think I've got the latest one anyway. If it's not the latest one, you just Google Python and then go to their website, and then there's another even later one. So you can download and install the Python, follow the instructions on the website. Anyway, once you have Python 3 and you type version, it gives you some 3 point something version. That's good. You're ready. Now next one, we need to create a project folder. So for example, there's this folder. You can create your first project here, even with this way. Hello world. Once you create the folder, in your editor, you can just say open folder. Yeah. Then the editor will open this folder for you. So you can see there's an empty folder here. Now we need to create the first Python file. So you just right click here, say new file. Then you can type name here. So world. So Python files end with py.py. So hello world.py. And then you're in. Okay. Once you're in, you can just start to type in your code. All the code we've learned before. Those are the code you can type. So the next item is we've done the create folder. We've done the create program file. Now we need to run something in the terminal. Let's try this first. Print hello world. Yeah. So it does this. The first thing is it does this, right? So a few things about the command about this editor. You need to save the file. Obviously, you can go to the file and save, or you can just click Command and S. Usually we just Command and S. Then yes, you have saved the file. Once you save the file, go back to your command line. If it's Windows, it will be command line. If it's Mac OS, it will be terminal. So in your terminal, usually you use CD to go inside the folder. So for example, we have this folder, bedtime coding, hello world. So that's how you go into the folder. Once you go into the folder, you can just say Python 3 and then the file name, hello world.py, and then you hit the return. It will run the Python file. And then we say print hello world, it will just print hello world for you. Easy? Yeah, so that's how you run the Python command. So the last thing we want to learn today is how to get input from the command line. So it's like a prompt. So you can ask some question and then the user give you some information, right? So let's try that. So there's a command called the input. That's in Python 3. So the input will take a string. The string will be a question you want to ask the user. For example, if we say, what does Neal like the most? Yeah, you can do that. And then if you want to give it a line break, you can use the /n. That means change the line. And also we can give this to a variable, right? What does Neal like? So the variable equals this input. Then you will whatever the user types in the terminal will be given to this variable. So later, let's say we just print whatever the user give us. Yeah. So that's a program. Now if we run this again, it will show this and ask the question. What does Neal like the most? Yeah. So you can type something here. For example, what do you want to type here? Game.
I'll go for Roblox build a boat.
Roblox. Let's build a boat. Yeah. So what do you think it will do?
It's gonna make the variable Roblox build a boat.
And do what?
And it's gonna like make, and it's just gonna print it.
Yeah. What's it gonna print?
Roblox build a boat.
Yeah. So it will just repeat what you give it because you give this to the variable and print that variable straight away. So this makes it a way you can start writing your own program. So you can design even a lot of questions, and then based on the answers, you give people other questions like a quiz. Yeah, and then that can be a very interesting first program you can make. Any questions?
Nah.
So we'll start to make something interesting.
Okay. I saw only right now use C++ and JavaScript, these ones that are harder. But C++ is even harder than JavaScript.
The language, they do things in a ways as a certain language will be good at certain things. It's not something you need to worry too much now, because in the future when you need to know, you will know. Okay.